Hey guys, welcome back to another episode of GM Fantasy. I'm Paul, and in today's video, we're going to go over episode 3 of the GM Fantasy Charter League on League Tycoon. We're going to go over all the trades, the standings, all the good stuff, and might have had a little bit of collusion in the last week, so be sure to stick around. Let's check it out. Alright guys, it's week 8, halfway through the fantasy season, so I figured let's do another update on the GM Fantasy Charter League. We'll do kind of what we did the last time around, and I'll kind of go through my path towards the championship. I'll go over the standings, any trades, and we got a little bit of collusion in this one, so be sure to stick to the end to hear about it. And so we'll start it off. So we'll start off with the standings, and as you can see here, we got Danny Dimes in first place at 7-1. You got Montreal Elites, yours truly at 6-2. We got Cheese at 6-2 in third, and then in fourth we got the G team. And over here you can see we got in the hunt, we got Boomwhackers, Rick Pick 6, and Freddie Beach. And then at the bottom of the barrel we got Tristan, Orange Crush, and Jelani. Now, they're not completely out of it yet, but one more loss by any of them, and I think that pretty much seals it for them. So they got to go on one hell of a run if they ever want to make the playoffs. But so far so good. I'm in second place right now. I'm okay with that. You know, Danny Dimes is having a great season. His players are absolutely killing it. So no shame in that. And so we'll go over, I guess you could say, the scores there on how I've done in the last 4 weeks. So you can here see week 5. I was up against Freddie Beach. I ended up getting 187 to 175. And my team did all right. You know, I got some big scores from these guys up here. I was kind of top heavy, and his team wasn't that bad either. But my team edged them out just slightly. So very happy with that. No one on the bench really. I could have put maybe. Actually, no, I don't think. I think I placed the perfect starting lineup for me. I couldn't do anything better. So happy with that result for week 5. Over here you can see 187 would be actually first place. I got the most points that week, so that's very good. Very happy about that. And now we'll go to week 6. The week 6, this was my other loss. I had a dud at 122. G team took me out at 141. And Daddy Dimes had Boomwhackers was first place this week with 198. Just check here quickly what happened. So my top 3 guys, as usual, did all right. And then, after that, not much. Williams had his worst game of the year. Dobbins did nothing. Brian Thomas finally had a decent game, but all for naught. And then the rest of my team just shat the bed. So, unfortunate for that. And his team didn't do that much better, but, ended up beating me anyway. So, I'm looking here at the bench. I could have started Rodgers over, I guess, Bo Nix, but I'm never going to bench any of those quarterbacks for Rodgers until the bye weeks. So, I don't know. It is what it is. It was a bad week, and just got to roll with it. So, 4-2. And now we're going to go to week 7. And in week 7, I had 199. I think that's number 1 for the week. Yeah, so I had a really good week up against Brick Pick 6. Again, Bo Nix, 53 points. That was one hell of a game, guys. I don't know if you guys can figure out by now, but I'm a huge Broncos fan. And, man, that fourth quarter, I don't know how many emotions I went through in that fourth quarter. Holy crap, what a game. I can't believe the Giants let that slip away. And the Broncos were able to come back last second with a game-winning field goal. Bo Nix had a fourth quarter for the ages. And the rest of my team did well as well, man. Hurts at 33, Taylor 32, Williams a solid 18. I got a nice game out of Junkins at 26. Franklin with 11 was not bad. And then his team, did average, but doesn't matter, man. I had one hell of a week. Very happy with that. Up to 5-2. And then week 8. So that was just last week. I got 191, and I think that was, again, for first place. So I had another great week. Jelani at 142, another average week for my opponent. And over here, Hurts and Nix again, very good. Jonathan Taylor, man, what a beast. 36 points. Javonte Williams with a solid outing. Dobbins did all right. Franklin had a great game. Odunze did pretty good. And very happy with that. Again, Rodgers, I'm never starting him unless I need to. I had Chase Brown at 24 points that I probably could have replaced Quentin Junkins with. So I could even had a way better week. I could have been in the high, not the high, but in the 200s, and a nice amount in the 200s. Very happy with the last week, and now we're going into week 9. And okay, so it looks like we both had a player or two. He had two. Oh no, he's got Baker still on bye, so he's gonna have to change that. So yeah, so he had Zay Flowers go at 8.9. I had Malik Washington at 5.6. So still plenty of games to go to get this going. I'm favored right now at 148 to 126. Let's see if he has another quarterback, and oh, he doesn't. So he's gonna either have to make a trade in the next day or two, or he's gonna have to roll with no quarterback, I guess, because Joe Burrow's on the IR for him, and then Winston is not even starting. So if I might get lucky and not have a second quarterback to go up against, but I'm sure he'll do something about that. And yeah, so looking good for another win to go to 7-2. So very happy with how things are going. Let's see who's Danny Dimes playing. They're playing the G team. Ooh, already had 47 points. What do we got here? Okay, Tua 21's not the greatest. Waddle at 11's okay. Mark Andrews at 15.6. That's good. So he's at an average start, I would say. And but Danny Dimes, man, just has a really crazy squad. He'll probably end up taking it anyway, but hopefully the G team could take him out, and we can get tied up with that Danny Dimes first place. So those are the standings, and the way I've gone my path so far towards getting to the championship. Now let's see if there's any trades that have been done. I think there was that one there. Were there any other ones? No, I think that was the first. Yeah, the first trade there. So, a little spoiler here for the collusion part here. This happened a few weeks back, and nothing crazy about this trade. You know, Orange Crush traded Tajay Spears and a fourth round pick for received Tajay Spears and a fourth round pick for Darren Waller. Waller just came off of I think his breakout game there, so nothing wrong with this trade. On the surface of it, you know, it's the 1 year rental deal for a player for, you know, a committee running back, I guess you can say, at a cheap price for another year, and then also getting a draft picked out of it. So nothing wrong with that. And then the next trade we had after that will be this one over here, where Cheese again with Boomwhackers. I think he was just trying to get rid of Christian Watson for anything. So he ended up getting basically a pick swap, a fifth round pick, and he gave a sixth and Watson. So if Watson ends up actually producing, like he had a good first game. This trade was made before the first game, but if Watson ends up being a contributor, then obviously Cheese is gonna run away with this trade as a winner. But you know, I think Boomwhackers wasn't thinking anything of Christian Watson and just wanted to get something in return. And then next trade after that, we had a trade here. This one was a little unfortunate, a little bit of drama in this one. They made this trade on, I think, the Friday or the Saturday. And so they had worked out a deal where it was going to be Tony Pollard and Jacoby Myers and a third round pick and $10 in cap for Michael Pittman and a 2026 rookie, a sixth round pick. However, Rick did not say to Boomwhackers that he was going to trade. I mean, he was going to drop Hassan Haskins to make the trade. And so when the trade got processed and got accepted, Haskins had already played on Thursday night. So the trade was essentially locked until the following week. And that kind of sucked because Boomwhackers made this trade to get Michael Pittman to start him. And anyway, this created this whole thing of where he was like, oh, can we reverse the trade? But the thing was completely locked. I didn't have the option to reverse it because it was just like in limbo, I guess you can say. And I had already accepted the trade. So it was just completely locked. We tried everything we do to unlock it, but it just wouldn't work. And so we tried to like do some other things to like maybe like bypass it or whatnot, but there were some objections from the league saying that they should have been more aware, and you know this was a mistake on their part, and there shouldn't be any intervening whatsoever. So I agreed, you know, like if I told them if there were any objections to doing anything, that I would just let it stay the way it is. And so that's what ended up happening. And I think if I remember right, Boomwhackers only lost by a few points, and Michael Pittman would have made the difference. So that was unfortunate. I don't think Rick did this on purpose. You know, he's just looking, oh, I'm just going to drop a player, and then that, and he wanted to drop Haskins. I didn't think that it would cause it a problem, but it ended up causing a huge problem. Unfortunate, but it is what it is. And so that happened. So anyway, the trade ended up going through the next week, and I don't think they reversed the trade after that. So no, they kept it. They kept it. So that's fine. And then this is the last trade that we had a few days ago, and this one rang, well, not rang, but like had some big red flags in it. As you can see here, Orange Crush and Cheese traded Tajay Spears and Jawan Jennings. Originally, it was just Jawan Jennings and Tajay Spears, and I didn't really think anything of it at the beginning, and I was about to push it through, and then I was made aware that they had traded Tajay Spears between them just a few weeks back, and then after doing some more digging around and whatnot, Orange Crush at 2-6, Cheese at 6-2. These people they know each other and they're friends, so alarm bells started going. Like, what's going on? Cheese needed another running back as he didn't have a third running back to start, so he was in desperate need of a running back. There's not much on waivers, so it looked really fishy. Like Orange Crush was just doing a favor for Cheeseheads and giving him a starting running back for this week, and only getting Jawan Jennings because, to be honest, Jawan Jennings doesn't do much. Like he's like one for one. It's really not a bad trade. Like there's nothing. It's the trade itself isn't the problem. It was the circumstances behind it. A 1-year deal for Orange Crush doesn't do anything as he's not going to make the playoffs. So like, why would he make the deal? There were no draft picks attached to it. There was nothing of any value for Orange Crush behind this trade, but a huge value for Cheeseheads. So told them, look, this trade's going to get vetoed. The league is not happy about it. You guys need to add something, at least a draft pick, even if it's a 6th-round pick to the deal, so Orange Crush gets some future capital, or else we're not going to let this go through. So they instantly agreed to it and added a 6th-round pick to go to Orange Crush. So anyway, I warned them that if they do anything similar like this again, there's going to be some serious consequences. But let this one go through for now. So as long as Orange Crush was getting some type of future value, I'll let the trade go through, because honestly, Jawan Jennings for Tajay Spears, like, this isn't like this colossal like needle mover move, but like still it affects the league. Was it Freddie Beach is fighting for a playoff spot, so if he didn't have a running back that would help him out. So anyway, that whole situation now is under wraps. We're moving forward, and I'll be on the lookout for anything like that again in the future if something like that happens. But I think they got the message, and I think we'll be all right going forward. That was pretty much it. I don't think there was anything else I could remember. The trades, the standings. So yeah, okay, guys. So we're gonna leave it at that. Episode 3 of the GM Fantasy Charter League. I'll give another update in another 4 weeks. Hopefully, we'll have a little bit more drama and some more trades before the trade deadline. And don't forget, also, guys, we still got that free contest on the channel. It's a free $50 entry into the next subscriber league on League Tycoon. All you got to do to enter, it's super simple, is you just got to like the video, subscribe to the channel, and put the word subscribed in the comment section. Send a screenshot of that to me, to either my X account or my email address, and I will get back to you to let you know you were entered into the contest. And we will have a draw on August 1st for 1 subscriber to get into the next league. And guys, if we get to 1,000 subscribers, I will sponsor an entire brand new league. So we'll have 9 winners plus myself for a 10-man league. So guys, don't miss your chance. It's free. Let's get on it, and I will see you guys in the next one. Cheers.